Hey guys, what's happening? Professor Headwreck, Joel, coming with a new video. I kind of gotten thinking about it, and I guess really with the release of the Classic NES Mini, I wanted to do a kind of my top 5 Nintendo games. You have to pardon me, I got a little bit of a head cold, so I'm sucking on a Halls, so if I sound stuffy, that would be why. This list of the top 5 Nintendo games, this isn't it's an opinion list. It's not this is a definitive list of these are the absolute all-time top 5 games. For me, literally, it's like the top 5 games that I really enjoyed playing, and I kind of had to set a little bit of like a ground rule for myself. I wasn't going to pick anything that I had never played or that I might have only ever played once. These are all games that I really played a lot as a kid, whether I owned them or I rented them, and honestly, it's also games that I now currently own. Like I can't say, oh hey, Little Samson, that's definitely like a #1 game because I've never played Little Samson. I've never owned Little Samson. So I mean, this is a top 5 list for me, and then I have one, I guess like an honorable mention. So starting off, number 5. Would be River City Ransom. Ironically enough, me and a buddy of mine named Jason Schimmel, who actually, if you go to my my videos of the cover of The Trooper and the cover of Metallica's Am I Evil, he's the other guy playing guitar. Hey, Shelbert, this is my German Shepherd dog, very old. Anyways, a few weeks ago, we actually played through this. Yeah, this is like a beat 'em up, and it's got some certain elements of like the role-playing for building up stamina and levels and stuff. But this was one that I played a lot as a kid. I mean, and the repeat playability, it doesn't get old. And I mean, it's not a very long game. I think him and I both made it through the game in, I'd say, roughly, I don't know, maybe an hour and 15 minutes, because it didn't have a whole lot of bosses. I mean, it can be a bit of a bitch if you're playing by yourself, but for the most part, just a 2-player campaign, it's very easy to get through. And it's, like I said, it was one I played a lot. So that was kind of why it made it onto this list for me. Number 4, this one was a little bit of I kind of went back and forth between 5 and 4. Actually, between 5 and 4 and between 2 and 1. And I'll explain that when I get to it. But number 4 was the original Contra. This game is damn near perfect. I'd have to say, as far as games that have repeat playability, this one has got to be number 1 for me. I've never gotten tired of playing this game. Actually, ironically, after we played through River City Ransom, we were like, hey, what the hell, let's play through Contra, put in the 30-man code. It's amazing how bad you are if you haven't played a game in a very long time, and I hadn't played this in a while. I've been busy. I had some other PS4 games and stuff that I was playing, so I hadn't been doing much retro gaming. But Contra is, like I said, I mean the game is damn near perfect. It's so good. Just I never owned this as a kid, but it was one. I mean, like I had a lot of friends that had it, and it was one of those go-to games you always played because you never got tired of playing it. So. Yeah, Contra would be number 4. Number 3, another game that I did not own was Ninja Gaiden 2. Now, my buddy Mark Rothfuss, growing up, I remember when he had this. He was the first person I knew of that had gotten one of the Ninja Gaiden games. Now, I don't know if any of you guys remember, Game Player magazine used to, back in the day, they had actually VHS tapes. And it was at the time, I mean, it was literally playthrough. It was a guide. And I remember on the one, it was like Ninja Gaiden 2 and Mega Man 2. Anyways, I remember, the original Ninja Gaiden and Mega Man 2. But I had never played any of the Ninja Gaiden games until I had played Ninja Gaiden 2. And I would borrow this from him non-stop and play through it. Even after I beat it, the repeat playability on this game was it was up there. It was that fun, and of the 3 Ninja Gaiden games, this is the only one that I've ever completed from start to finish. The cinematic scenes, the action sequence, it was just a phenomenal game from start to finish. That's why I loved it so much. And really, it was kind of a hard choice, I would have to say, even between this one and Contra as to where to rank them, but I remember I would always borrow this, and, you know, Contra was one, if I went to a friend's house and they had it, we would play it. I never rented Contra, I never, you know, borrowed it. It wasn't one that I ever asked for. It's not that I didn't want it, it just was one that I never thought of asking my parents for. The same with this one, but I was always borrowing this from Mark. So, you know, for me, this would rank number 3. Wow. This is where it got kind of hard for me. Between number 2 and number 1. Number 2 was actually Super Mario Bros. 3, which a lot of people will cite as being probably the best Mario game, a very definitive Mario game. I mean, like I had said in my my very first collection video, this was kind of the game by which all other, you know, platformers were judged, at least within this style. I never owned this as a kid, but my buddy Mark, he had it, and I mean, I remember we would sit for hours at his house and we would play this, and then, you know, there was this like local, like a little kind of grocery mini mart store, and they had a couple of arcade games. One of them being a Play Choice 10. I remember we would get done beating this, then we would go down to this local store and pump quarters in and play it on a Play Choice 10. I mean, that's how, you know, that's how, like, just how an impact this game had. That's how good this game was. And it's still one of my favorite Mario games. Not my favorite Mario game, but definitely one of them. But I mean, it was one that literally you played, no matter how many times you beat it, you would just play it over and over and over again. Now, I do recall for the Christmas of 1990, I had asked for this game. I didn't get it. I asked for this and I asked for Dr. Mario. I got Dr. Mario, I didn't get this. But, I mean, still to this day is a phenomenal game, still one that I'll sit down and play. I haven't played it in a while, but still just, you know, one that I probably will go back and play here one of these days. And then finally, number 1, this was one that I owned as a kid, DuckTales. This, above all else, I think, was the game, because literally with this list, it was, like I said, there were certain factors. Did I own it or did I play it a lot as a kid? Do I currently own it now? Like I said, I'm not picking out games that I don't own now. And DuckTales, no matter how many times I beat this, I would honestly have to say that, I mean, as far as my favorite Nintendo games, like Classic NES Games, this one has to be number 1, because no matter how many times I beat it, I would play it over and over and over again. It was that good. And I think, unfortunately, for me anyways, at least my personal opinion, and I've talked to a lot of other people that game casually, some hardcore, the games of today just, they don't feel like they have the repeat playability that the games of my childhood did, you know, the classics. And I don't know if that's just me being a little nitpicky about it. I mean, a lot of the games today, like I just finished through the Uncharted series. I finally played those. I finished Uncharted 4. You spend so much time devoting yourself to these games. I mean, they're so in depth. There's so much you can find. There's so much that you can do. But when you're done, you're kind of done. And I mean, while there's still some of my games, generally whenever I complete, you know, a PS4 or PS3 game, usually I'll trade it off to get something new. Very few do I keep that for me have repeat playability. The only ones that really kind of come to mind that have repeat playability are the Walking Dead Telltale series games. I've played through those several times. They're phenomenal. Those are ones that I won't get rid of because they remind me a lot of a choose-your-own adventure. You obviously, like, your choices affect the outcome of the game, but I mean, for me, that's a repeat playability. It's still fun. It's still fresh. I've still got Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Love the game, but I played through it once, I beat it. I won't get rid of it, though, because it's one that I may want to revisit. I don't know. Darksiders, the original Darksiders, that is one, though, that has repeat playability. Fantastic game. But, you know, getting back to the original NES stuff, to me, no matter how many times I beat this game, I wanted to keep playing it. That's how good these were. So, yeah, that was it. That was my top 5. DuckTales, Super Mario Bros. 3, Ninja Gaiden 2, Contra, and River City Ransom. And then one honorable mention that I want to throw in, and it's kind of an odd one, but the original Kung Fu. This was a game, and I owned this as a kid, but this is a game I never got tired of playing, and to this day I still enjoy playing it. It barely got eked out by River City Ransom. River City Ransom to me was just a little more fun, and I might have played it just a touch more. If memory serves me correctly. I mean, it may not. I mean, God, when I got this thing had already been out for probably 5 years, but I still never got tired of it, and I would play it over and over and over again. Fantastic game. Hell, every so often I still pull this out and I play it, just because it's that fun. So yeah, that was my honorable mention. I would have to say too, maybe if I throw another honorable mention in there, maybe Maniac Mansion and possibly Blaster Master, both of which I do own, but I just didn't bring out to do this video. But I want to thank you guys for sitting through the entire video. In the comments below, tell me what are your favorite NES games? Like what to you is a classic? And to me, this is what's so cool about this list is this list. There are no 2 lists that are going to be the same, because my top 5 are going to be different than your top 5. So in the comments below, let me know what you think. What were your favorites? We are about a week out from Christmas, so I want to wish all my viewers, all 13 of you, even though I think only 3 of my subscribers actually watch my videos, I want to wish you guys a very Merry Christmas, and stay tuned because I do have another video coming up very shortly. Take her easy.